What's up, everyone? As you guys can see, I am on my traveling trading station, trading on the road here today and for the next 5 or 6 days in New York City. You can see the city behind me down back there. I'll be trading in New York City here today and tomorrow, and then next week I'll be trading in Las Vegas. So I'm going to get a little bit of sun before being back in Massachusetts at the end of next week. All right, so today was my 16th consecutive green day, another green day trading on the road. You know, it always makes me happy when I'm on my mobile station, and this is just a portable ATM. $1,513.62. Green is good. We'll try to do it again tomorrow. All right, any questions, any comments, leave them below, and I'll come through and answer them later this afternoon. All right, see you guys in the morning. All right, everyone. So we're going to do our midday market recap here. It's just about 11 a.m. and I'm finishing the morning up $1,513.62. Today is my 16th consecutive green day. It's the 222nd trading day of the year, December 6th, and we've only got, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18 days left in the year. Maybe 19. Well, I don't know if I'll trade on the day before Christmas. Well, probably 18, 19 days left in the year. So we are coming down to the end of what's been a pretty awesome year, and finishing on a little bit of a hot streak is certainly nice. As you guys can probably tell, I am not at my home office. I am on the road. I'm actually in New York City. So I'll give you guys a little tour of my traveling trading station here. Let's see. There we go. All right, so these are my, this is pretty much my traveling trading station. I've got my laptop and then two USB monitors, one on each side. I use this one for charts and scanners, screen sharing in the chat room. This is where I've got my broker platform right in front of the keyboard as always. And this is one extra monitor of charts. And then this computer here is for basically Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, email, stuff like that. I kind of keep that separate from my trading computer, so I just have the trading stuff focused on trading. Looking down here, 48th Street and Park, right, Park Ave right there. So right in Midtown, I'll probably walk down to Rockefeller Center later today and check out this year's Christmas tree. I could walk up to my old apartment up on 54th between 1st and 2nd. I might do that if I feel kind of like taking a little bit of a stroll. It's not that far, but it gets a little chilly out. Looks like people are cold. I haven't even been outside yet today. It's kind of nice here. You know, I'm right by the window and got my little perch here. Can kind of look out on traffic. I love perching. You know, just kind of being in a nice little place, looking out with a little view. So this is kind of my jam. And, you know, I'm used to now for the last year or so driving into work. It's just so funny. I have had so few jobs in my life where I actually had to drive to work. When I was living in New York City, of course, I just rode my bike to work. I had my bike and I rode it down to Chelsea, which is where I was working. And then when I was living in Vermont, when I was working at the gas station, I walked to the gas station. Sometimes I would drive, but I usually walked. When I was mowing lawns and stuff like that, I would put the lawnmower in the back of our minivan, my mom's minivan, and drive to the different places. But that wasn't like commuting and driving to work. So, but the last year, I have been doing that. Since we've had our office, and I guess the good news is that when you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life. And I do love what I do, so it doesn't feel like work. But at the same time, it is kind of nice just to get out of bed, sit down in front of the computer, and do my trading, kind of like the early days of this career. So Anyways, here we are this morning finishing up $1,513 on the road. That pays for, this hotel. It pays for, some of the travel over the next couple days. And that's always nice to kind of, be able to take a vacation and keep making money while you're on vacation. It's pretty cool. So the one stock I traded today was UXIN, as you guys can see right here. This was a surprise. I didn't have it on my watch list. Usually the stocks I trade are right on my watch list. That was definitely true yesterday or on Tuesday. It was, I believe, true on Monday. But today my watch list, there just wasn't a lot that looked good. So if we look at the morning gap scanner, each morning starts the same way. We're trying to find stocks with a potential to move 20 to 30%. So I have a checklist of 5 things that I look for in a stock to have home run potential. If you, those of you watching on YouTube, if you click the link down in the description to register for my upcoming workshop, you'll see the link for a free copy of my best-selling book. During that workshop, I go through the 5 criteria for home run potential. So DARE, D-A-R-E, met that criteria, but not perfectly. And so there's sort of a scale of a perfect and a less than perfect. So DARE had a headline pre-market. It did have news. It had the thing that I didn't like about it is that it had a little resistance on the daily chart. It did not have a clean daily chart. It had a history of, number 1, of popping up and fading, and number 2, resistance at $1.48, which is the 200 moving average. So as it was squeezing up pre-market, I finally said, I'll take a stab at it if it breaks over the pre-market highs. So I'm watching it right here. Pre-market high was 137. If it broke that level, I would have been a buyer. Might have bought at 135 to anticipate the break of 137, but that didn't end up happening, so no trades. No trades on it, no losses. That's a good thing, and it started to sell off. And one thing I said right around like 9:28, I was like, listen, guys, remember, no trades is better than red trades. I am perfectly okay with not taking a single trade today if I don't see anything that looks good. The reality is, every time I take a trade, I'm risking between $500 and $1,000. There are times where I can reduce the risk, but I don't risk 100 to make 200. I'm not at that. To me, right now, it's not worth it. When I'm averaging $2,500 a day, if I don't see something good enough to justify risking $500 or $1,000 with a potential to make $1,000 to $2,000, I'm not even going to trade. I'm not trading to make $50 or $100 a day anymore. You could say, well, sure, just scale down, but it's really not worth my time the way I look at it. So if I don't see something worth taking 6,000 to 10,000 shares, I'm not even going to take the trade. I'm not even going to take the risk. So DARE, there wasn't anything there that gave me a setup, so no trades on it. Back to the scanners, TST, the Street Incorporated, 35 million share float, a little on the higher side of my kind of home run range. Wasn't really that interested in it, and as you can see, the bell rang, it sold off. It did break the pre-market. Actually, no, it still hasn't. It broke this little pre-market pivot, but not the pre-market highs. So nothing on that one. PTX, a little on the cheap side. SFET, this one, low float. I traded it on Tuesday and made some good money on it, took a bunch of trades on it. But if we look back on Tuesday, you'll see that it gave us this move out of the gates from $7 all the way up to $9, but then it sold off, went red versus the open, popped back up, and then into the afternoon it just faded. It really sold off quite a bit, down to $5. And then it got a little bounce off the lows. This is what we call a dead cat bounce. So I've got my mic over here for my recording and stuff like that, my intro videos. So this is also called a dead cat. This little cushion here. So if you drop a cat from a high place, it's going to bounce. It's going to drop, boing, and then it's going to bounce up. That's what they call the dead cat bounce. So when you see a stock drop down, a little bounce off the low, that's the cat springing back, to life as it bounces on the floor, or on the ground. Cats can survive almost anything. So this is what we call a little dead cat bounce, a little pop off the lows. Usually they're not sustained that well. You don't a cat doesn't fall off a 10-foot ladder and then bounce all the way back up 10 feet. It bounces up, maybe a foot and then, runs away or whatever. So we don't generally expect that this is going to result in a move all the way back to the highs. Although it has happened before, it's very uncommon. But it doesn't mean that there can't be a little opportunity here. So I was watching it, but it just didn't give me, it squeezed up a little too fast right here from 620 all the way up to 709, 710. It then pulled way back down, sort of whipped back up, and I was watching it right in here very closely for a break of this flag pattern. Watching, 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 and it broke to the downside. So no trades. Unfortunately, it just didn't give an opportunity there. So, and it's since sold off a bit more. So nothing on SFET, and that was basically the end of the pre-market watch list. So coming into the open, I said, we can keep SFET on watch, we can keep DARE on watch, we can watch ASNS from yesterday or Tuesday, we can watch ADIL from last week or earlier in the week as well. These ones both have somewhat interesting daily charts. They're kind of, getting ready to open up, but maybe not quite yet. ADIL popped up a smidge, but not quite ready. These are daily flag patterns. So the bell rings, and I really don't see anything that looks good. I'm just sitting and watching. And then on our scanner pops UXIN. I'm going to run this scanner here for whatever, this morning or yesterday is fine. UXIN pops up at $3.45. That was, I think, when we got the first alert on it. Let's see, where is this? There it is, UXIN. Okay, so it hits there. It's going to hit a couple more times, but as it first hits the scanner, I looked at it and I thought that the level 2 seemed like that of a very thickly traded stock. What does that mean? Well, let's look at DARE, for instance, right now. DARE has, on the ask side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 market makers, all priced at 706. Whereas UXIN right now only has 3. LEDS has some more. SFET, only like 1 or 2. So you can see just by looking at the level 2 that this stock has a 25-cent spread and could very quickly drop down to 510 or 503 or go up to 570 or maybe even higher. DARE, in contrast, is not going to move very quickly. You can see it's more thickly traded with buy and sell orders. So when I saw when I saw UXIN for the first time, it looked kind of like this, or even the way it does now. It looked fairly thick. It hit a high of 55 here and dropped down to 48, and I just thought it looked pretty thickly traded. I didn't think it had a lot of potential. So I'm watching, I'm going to mute my scanner alerts here for you guys. So I'm watching the first 1 minute candle to make a new high, and I see, it ends up going from 47 here, first 1 minute candle to make a new high, pops all the way up to 60. And I'm like, all right, you know what? That's more than I thought, but that's still only like 10 cents. That's not a home run. It then goes from 60 up to 70. And I'm like, again, that's nice, but it's really only like 20 cents. I'm not sure. Then it goes up to 78, and I'm like, man, this thing is actually pretty strong. This has got some, momentum behind it. I'm surprised. And I see that it does have a catalyst. It has a news event. The daily chart I didn't think was ideal, but it's moving higher. And and then it goes, pulls back for a second at 380. And I'm like, I don't know, should I get in here? I thought about it for a second, but it didn't pull back for long enough, and then it pops up to 4. It then pulls back for a second, and it breaks over 4, and that's where I tried to take my first position at $4.03. So that entry is what we would call a whole dollar entry on a momentum stock. 6,000 shares at 401 in 2 orders did not get filled. It rips up to 450, and so I take a starter now at 450 of 6,000 shares, which is $3,000 higher than where I first, wanted to get in. And I sell that. I'm in at 450, 454. I add another 3,000 shares at 471. I'm wondering if maybe it'll get halted going up because it moves so fast. So I'm holding 9,000 shares. Uh, it it kind of pops up and then drops back down. So I sell half, break even at 71. Well, that's profit from the first ad, but some of it was break even. I sell more at 74, 68. And then I add back as it kind of dips down here and surges back up. I add more at another 6,000 shares at 68 and 77 and immediately sell them at 88, high of day, 78 and 46. So I was up about $1,900 or maybe $1,800 on this one. Gave back a little bit off the top, but green is good. So then it starts pulling back. And I'm watching for the first 1 minute candle to make a new high, watching. But then I say, you know what, this just pulled back like 75 cents. It's a pretty big pullback. I think at this point it's going to need a 5 minute setup before it's really easy um, to to do again or to trade again. And so it pops up for a second here, first 1 minute candle to make a new high from 29 up to 40, 11 cents, and then drops back down and has just been fading since then. So, one trade only captured the top, like, I only captured profit from right here to right here. So I really only got the top of the move, but $1,500 is good. Green is good, as I always say. And, two entry points, total of about 11 trades today, $2 per trade at light speed. It's $22 in commission, plus ECN fees of 0.0015 per share. So my commission today will probably be like $60. Not bad. $1,500 is green, and I can feel pretty good about that. So again, that's that's kind of the breakdown here. Tomorrow, I'm going to be driving to JFK on the early side. I've got a flight to Las Vegas, so I'm going to head to the airport early, probably around like 6:30 or 7, and then I will, if I'm able to, trade, from the Delta Sky Lounge. I don't know for sure that I'm going to be able to do it, just because we're going to have, the car was totally packed. We've got, 4 of us here, and we've got 3 or 4 more, 5 more coming down. So it's a bunch of us from the office that are all going out to Las Vegas for the weekend. So I just don't know if it's going to happen that I'll be able to set up and trade tomorrow. If I can, I will for sure. Yeah, I'd like to make an extra $1,000 before the trip, but if I'm not able to get stuff set up, then I won't. So you might see me tomorrow, you might not, but you'll definitely see me on Monday. I'll be trading from my hotel room in Las Vegas. So settling in on the traveling trading station here for the next few days. I'll be back home by the end of next week, but we'll see if we can make some money here and continue December. This green streak, this hot streak. Try to make a 17th consecutive green day, whether it's tomorrow or on Monday. We'll see, but that's kind of where we're at right now. So I guess I'm sitting up about, let's see, $11,000 right now on the month, which is pretty good. And my Sterling account, or my Lightspeed account, this is my Sterling Trader platform, is sitting at a very nice $200,000. So I am building this account up. Last month, was really solid with $63,000. This month I've already got 10,000, so 70,000 combined. So just grinding up more and more. I did, by the way, upload my broker statements for November to the website. I haven't had a chance to do like a full video of November in review. Usually I do that kind of early in the month. This month has just been a little crazy, but you guys can see the high level of my metrics. I'll pull up this page here in 1 second for you guys. Let's see. I'm just grabbing it on my other monitor. Where is it? Okay, there we go. All right, so there's verified earnings 2018. My challenge to take $583 and turn it into $1 million fully transparent and fully verified. Started January 1st with $583.15. That was in 2017. Total gains as of 11/30, $812,000. Total profits in 2017 were $335,000. Total profits in 2018, as of the end of November, $477,000. Just, making progress here, but still about 17% or 15%, no, 17% of the way to go. So not 100% of the way there, obviously, yet. So if I scroll down here to November, you'll see, let's see, gosh, that guy looks handsome. All right, so there we go, 63,000 in November. Average winner, $2,170. Average loser, $800. Only 60% accuracy, a bit lower than usual. I average closer to 70%. The month of October was 73%, but October average winners were only 900. Average losers were 950. So November was definitely a better month in terms of those metrics. Largest winner, 20,000. Largest loser, 3,500. That's the daily breakdown for the main account. This is a daily breakdown for the IRA account. Made, let's see, like almost 20% in the IRA last month. So anyways, nice to see that progress. I'll be excited to get over the $1 million mark. Probably be sometime in early 2019. All right, so those of you guys watching on YouTube, any questions, any comments, leave them below. You like the videos, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. But if not, I will definitely see you on Monday morning. All right, I'll see you guys all real soon. Bye, everyone.
If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.